Rank fast food places, preferably with a shirt on, maybe. Here we are. A&W. We'll start here. Talk about greasy. Talk about bottom of the barrel. I think A&W, the cold mugs, an absolute plus. No other place has a unique cold mug situation like A&W does. But the food, everything else considered, F. Arby's. I'm thinking Arby's. Here's the deal. Arby's was the first, well, it was the culprit of my first public vomit. I ate Arby's, a roast beef standard order, and then went to a horse show, like a marine band. I don't know what it was, but I threw up at this arena. And I didn't eat Arby's for what felt like a few years after, and I tried it again, I threw up again. And then I tried it a third time, and I threw up again. I had a period of time, probably 7 to 10 years, where I did not eat Arby's because of this. I gave it another shot when they did their half-price sliders. Those are good. But I think Arby's is overpriced and slightly overrated. I don't like their curly fries. I'll put it in D. Baja Fresh Mexican Grill, never had it. Blimpie, I think we used to have a Blimpie in my city a long time ago, but I don't know if I ever had it. We'll put never had it. Bojangles, only get it when I travel south for vacation. My wife likes the Bowberry biscuits or the Booberry biscuits. I think it's Bowberry, but for some reason it's blueberry, so I feel like it should be Booberry, but it's not a Halloween thing, so it probably should be Bowberry. Because it's Bojangles, Bowberry, Bojangles, Booberry, Boojangles, Blueberry Biscuits. I wasn't impressed outside of that. We'll put Bojangles in. Here's the deal. I haven't had it enough. Maybe we make a haven't had enough category. Let's add a row below. I think we need to be partial here. We need to be fair. We'll call it not had enough, and we'll label that white, and we will move on. Why did that? I need to delete this row. Sorry. Okay. Crap. The F went away. See, guys, this is what's frustrating about trying to do it live, right? You just try to do something live. You know what? Fine. There we go. Where did Bojangles go? Here we go. Okay. Wow, we're off to a horrible start. Boston Market. We used to have one in my city. I never went there. So we're going to put that at never had. Burger King. Now we're cooking. Have it your way. I think Burger King has some of the most underrated fries in the industry. But their burgers taste burnt, flame broiled. It's not for me. I would rather eat Burger King than they're about on the same level. It's about on the same level as Arby's. Cane's is good. In some ways, I like their limited menu. In other ways, I wish they would do more. I suppose if you do something well, you do it over and over again and you have success. Let's get rid of the coleslaw. Let's make it standard to do double bread or more fries. Nobody's eating coleslaw. I think the Cane's sauce is overrated. I think it's too peppery. It's a black pepper forward flavor, and it lacks depth is what I would say. But it's quality. It's quality. I'll put Cane's in C. Carl's Jr.'s is just Hardee's. I've never had it enough. I've had it. I've not had it enough to form an opinion. Where's Hardee's? Is Hardee's even on here? Aren't they the same? I used to I thought remember Carl's Jr. and Hardee's used to have those porn commercials? You'd just be watching with your parents during a football game, and it'd just be like softcore on the TV, and you kind of looked away. I looked away. I kind of was like, Mom, I know I shouldn't be watching her eat a burger this seductively, but I'm also 14, and I kind of want to, but I'm not going to, and this is weird. Why is she eating a burger like that? Checkers, that's Rally's. I know that. And I honestly would rather have, it's on the same level as these. They're just too, Checkers is too greasy. I worked at a frozen yogurt place, and this girl said that she knew people at Checkers, otherwise known as Rally's, and what they would do is, as dares, every time a car would come through, if they were rude to them, I guess not as a dare, just as a punishment, they would stick the buns down their pants before they made their sandwich. I'm moving it to F just because that is a possibility of existing. I'm putting it in F just because that could have possibly been something that happened in the world. Chick-fil-A, It's overpriced. I'll put it at B. It's quality. I've never had a bad meal there. Obviously, the service is top notch, but it's overpriced, and the whole like political stance is honestly, it kind of makes them unique. I kind of don't hate it. Like, I don't love it, but like, if Chick-fil-A didn't have such MAGA tendencies, would they even be Chick-fil-A? Like, I think part of what makes Chick-fil-A Chick-fil-A is like people can't resist the food and the quality, but they also hate the political ideology that is the evangelical chicken sandwich. And so it creates this disconnect in American minds where we're like, man, they should be more tolerable. But that bun is steamed and that chicken is hot. I'll give it a B. Chipotle, the best. I could eat Chipotle every day for the rest of the year. If somebody paid for it, I would eat Chipotle every single day. Chipotle is the best fast food maybe on the market. I'm putting it at the top. Church's Chicken, not had it enough. I think I had it once. We had one come into our city for about 6 to 8 months, and it didn't do too well. Honestly, it might tell you all you need to know. Cookout, I saw it when we went to North Carolina this week, but I didn't try it. I know people have like it. I'll put it in never had. Culver's, I think, is right up there with Cane's in terms of high quality fast food. Only issue is it is also expensive, very expensive. I do think their concrete mixers, which is their form of the Blizzard, is the best ice cream that money can buy in the fast food world. So that might be a little too critical. But I'd rather have Chick-fil-A than Culver's, and Culver's and Cane's are about the same tier to me. That's fine. Del Taco, never had. Denny's, I've not had enough, nor do I think it's really fast food. Domino's, haven't had it recently, but Domino's falls into the D category. I have heard that Domino's has upped their game and improved on what they've done. I have not had it since those improvements. There's just not one conveniently located in terms of my residence and this establishment. So I'll give it a new try. I'll give it a try again. DQ, no. Hot take, no. I'm putting it down here. I think it's bad. I think the food is bad. I think it's bland. I think it's pathetic. I think the ice cream is melty and soupy, and it's also overpriced. You're noticing a trend here. If I'm not getting a bang for my buck, I'm ranking it low. El Polo Loco, never had it. Firehouse Subs, we had briefly in my city. I did not have it enough, but I know people enjoy it. Five Guys, vastly overrated, vastly overpriced. I'll put it in the level of Culver's and Cane's. I do respect what they've done. I respect the extra fries in the bag. I respect the customization that you can do with your burgers. But again, I can go to a sit-down restaurant for the same price that I can go to Five Guys. That should not be where we are at right now in 2025. So we're putting it in C. IHOP is no. I would never go to IHOP. We'll just put it that way. I don't eat at IHOP. I don't like IHOP. IHOP is not good. We'll put it on F. In-N-Out. Now talk about a place that knows what they're doing and knows how to do something well, i.e. the Cane's mentality, but a place that also knows how to save a buck. I think their fries are bizarre. I went to Arizona last year and I ate at In-N-Out maybe 3 or 4 times while I was there, and the affordability and the ease of ordering and just sort of the vibe, it's a vibe. It checks the vibe. Vibe check, In-N-Out, 2 thumbs up. I like In-N-Out. Their fries are a bit weird, but I support what they do there. We'll put it in B. Jack in the Box, never had Jack in the Box. Jersey Mike's, my wife enjoys. I am more of a Jimmy John's guy. In fact, I will put Jimmy John's in B. I think Jimmy John's does it well. I think they make a good sandwich, and their 50-cent day-old bread, industry leader. Jersey Mike's is a step below. I've had good sandwiches from Jersey Mike's. I find their bread, people complain about Jimmy John's bread being too tough. I find Jersey Mike's bread to be sort of the same boat, different deck, same issue, tough bread. And that whole like Mike's Way trend was kind of bizarre, wasn't it? We'll put it in C. Jubilee, never even heard of that. Never even heard of it. Couldn't tell you what they serve. KFC, F. I don't know who's going to KFC. I know people like those bowls, those chicken pot pie bowls, chicken bowls with the bowls and the mashed potatoes and the bowls and the bowls. No, thank you. Little Caesars. I may have invalidated the whole list. Let me tell you my weakness. Let me tell you my what's the word I'm looking for? My guilty pleasure. The wife and the kid are out of town. I got a night to myself, and I'm got to figure out what to eat. For $7.99, you can get a hot and fresh extra most bestest pizza, pepperoni from Little Caesars. You got to order it ahead on the app. I'm not talking you go into the store and you pick one. They don't do that anymore. It's not hot and ready anymore, but it is hot and fresh. Get on the app, $7.99, extra most bestest. They put more cheese, they put more pepperoni. Sometimes the only complaint that I have about Little Caesars is they struggle to make clean cuts on the pizza. People will say, oh, there's too much cornmeal on the bottom. They got that sandy stuff on the bottom. They've changed that. If you've not tried Little Caesars recently, get out and try Little Caesars. It's kind of like Domino's. They've upped their game. They've changed some things. Little Caesars, $7.99 whole pizza is something that we need to talk about more. And I'm here to do it. We'll put Little Caesars in the best. Long John Silver's, talk about a bellyache. No. F. Greasy. No. McDonald's, I'll put McDonald's with the best. It stood the test of time. You can get the $5 meal deal. They have a lot of variety of options. They're always trying something new. Their marketing is good. You know, I don't have many complaints. They got an app which has deals on it. You're not going to hear a lot of complaints from me about McDonald's. There's always one. No matter where you go, it's always going to be consistent. So I'll respect McDonald's. I'll respect the Golden Arches today. Moe's is a Chipotle wannabe. It's a whitewashed Chipotle. Not that Chipotle isn't whitewashed in its own right, but Moe's is a more whitewashed Chipotle. And it's flavorless. It's bland. We had one in my town for a little bit. But I would eat it above these. We'll put it in D. Noodles and Company, another overpriced place. I don't know how you consider this fast food, just besides the fact that it comes out fast, which maybe is the only reason you can consider something fast food. They do have sort of a Japanese steak, noodle, teriyaki, broccoli situation that's good. I don't frequent there enough, but I do feel like it's better than D. And I don't think it's quite on the level of these three. I think it fits in perfectly here. Like, I would eat it. It's quality, but it has some things that I'm going to nitpick about. That's kind of what the C category is turning into. I'm tempted. I think Panda Express is maybe a little underrated. I don't eat it a lot, but when I do, I say, oh, that's not too bad. That's a pretty good meal. They've got an app as well. A little bit overpriced, but I'm usually happy with it. And plus, this panda looks like he's holding like an upside down uvula. Like, I just imagine that that's somebody's uvula that he's holding. Panera is a D, and not because their food's not good, but because, again, you're not getting out of there for less than $12 a plate, and the food is not worth that level of spending. On Tuesdays, they have a Baker's Dozen bagels. I forget what the price is, but it's a good deal. So if you go to Panera at any point in time, I would suggest going on Tuesdays when you can get 13 bagels. Cinnamon Crunch obviously is the nation's favorite. I'd recommend that. Otherwise, I don't think Panera has too much to bring to the table. Oh, great. My wife's home. We're going to get interrupted. Papa John's. Oh boy. What should I do, guys? Should I quit? I can't quit now. We're going to have to take a pause. This is part 1. We're going to be back for part 2. That's how we're going to do it today. This is part 1. If you liked it, leave a like. Write your hot takes. I'll address those next video up here. We'll put it in the comments up here. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back. We will finish this ASAP as possible. See you then.